right here in the park, in Carroll Park. Gifted, talented, full of spirit. Right now, sitting here in the park, about to do this interview with a real young, talented young lady. She's my daughter. Has a beautiful spirit. And I'd like to introduce her to Philly Natives, episode 3. We're out here in the beautiful nature about to film Hannah's Philly Native series, episode 3. We're about to get it on right now. About to take part in the park and to do some interviews and everything. Right? And Carroll Park behind us. We're gonna take a scene with me probably coming from up here, introducing Hannah and who she is as a young Philly native. And then we're gonna sit here and record her with that dumb look on her face right there. Sorry, no, she ain't gonna have the dumb look on her face. She gonna have a beautiful look like she always had. The park in the back. Let's show the park real quick. And we're gonna enjoy this scene and have much fun as possible. Peace. Hello everybody and welcome to Behind the Scenes and the Making of Philly Natives, episode 3. The young and gifted Nubian Princess starred my lovely daughter Hannah. Taking a beautiful ride today, just enjoying this weather, trying to enjoy this last month of the summer. Talking about the making of this documentary that I did, episode 3. It was real fun. You know, I love spending the time with her. Getting her open up on the set. She was a little shy at first. You know, a lot of answers was just straight and bold with no emotions. You know, which was kind of funny. So I had to go back and tell her to be, you know, a little bit more open. And as the series go and as the episode keep going, you will see her start to get a little looser and be to feel the scene more and to go with the flow a little bit. And the flow started to go a little better. So I wanted to do that, and then at first, like I said, it was a little challenging. Even with the poem that I wrote, the Divine Black Power. Right here, we just bugging out about to do this scene right here, to open the scene where Hannah gonna introduce herself as a Spanish name, which is Hannah Carroll. Right, Hannah?
Yes.
That's your whole full name?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Hannah Selah Moshe Carroll.
I told you, the whole Spanish name right there. Well, I'm just playing around. It ain't Spanish, it's actually biblical. Took it from the Bible. I'm just playing around because a lot of Spanish people be having them long names their mom decided to give you, but that's another story right here. We just having some fun in the park doing this intro scene with Hannah introducing herself into episode
3.
That's right, the first season of Philly Natives. And let's talk about Divine Black Power for a minute. Divine Black Power is a poem that I wrote not many years ago, but a couple years ago, talking about the black female, how she's the divine vessel, the essence of all races, how every woman on the earth, every female, every girl want to be like the black girl and the black woman. And I incorporated a lot of things, a lot of history, talked about slavery, talked about going back to the motherland, talk about here in America, and the perfect person I could have got to do that was a female, and I got her to do it, and I think she did a good job. I had to also tell her to be more aggressive with it, try not to be too bland, too dry. So me and my daughter, that Denise was with her, you know, was with both of us. My saying was joking around and add some mayonnaise to it. that's my little directing thing. To the people I'm working with, that I'm gonna start using. Just a little funny little metaphor. If I think it's a dry scene, add some mayonnaise, bring some life to it. And that's why I had to tell her to do certain parts. And I was real satisfied with the outcome. Real satisfied. I went back and watched it that night, and I put a smile on my face, man. I said, I like this. I like the way she ended it. It was coming from a young girl's point of view. She's 14 years old, so I had to expect, how it would sound coming from a 14-year-old. But I wanted a female daughter. My daughter was the best person to do that for me, and I'm real glad and proud of her reciting the poem that I wrote. And I hope a lot of people liked it. Real deep, straight to the point, no sugar coated.
Been recording that whole time?
I'm just letting you know, Hannah, that you was born a female. That means you a divine vessel. You was born with the melanin in your skin to protect you from the sun, and also to radiate and magnify for the world. You are the beginning, the essence of all creation, the mother of all nations, and all the females on this planet is trying to imitate you right now. Do you realize that?
Yes.
I want you to share everybody with the poem that I wrote, Divine Black Power, to let more people know what I'm talking about. Lights, camera. Well, we got the light from out here. The sun, camera, action. Record you while you recording me.
Okay.
We got Denise out here recording a scene for us. Episode 3, Philly natives getting me videotaping Hannah. Trying to get these poses, get this scene right. You know how we do all day, every day. Carol family representing to the fullest this beautiful sunny day. Say la. We got Denise out here recording this scene for us. Episode 3, Philly natives getting me videotaping Hannah. Like I said, man, Philly natives was all about fun. And I enjoyed the time that I had with my two daughters out there, Denise and Hannah. I enjoyed spending that quality time with them, but that's what it was all about. And that's one of the main reasons I wanted to do that series with her and have Denise help us out with behind the scenes, recording stuff and taking pictures. And then after that, after we got finished doing that, we went and got some lunch. I treated them to lunch for helping me out. We went and got some cheesesteaks and stuff like that. Had fun, we laughed, and just the memory, man, just the memory of spending that time together is real important to do that, especially when your daughters are young. They're gonna cherish that for the rest of their life. I'm gonna cherish it for the rest of my life. Many years from now, I can go back and watch that episode 3 and watch it and smile and see how my daughter was back when she was 14, her philosophies and things she wanted to do. Of course, a lot of the things like the cooking, her being a chef, and her playing the violin, she might change and do something else later in life, but that's good. But I wanted to show that and give it inspiration and inspire young girls that they all could do anything y'all set your minds to do. The young girls out there, because the problem with parents nowadays is they don't give their kids enough stuff to do. And me and my wife try to grow up giving our kids a lot of stuff to do and options. Doing things they like to do, not stuff that we want to do or we wanted to do when we was young and we wound up making them do it. We wanted to put them in things they like to do and keep them busy and keep them off the streets. And that's the problem with the young kids today. They don't have nothing to do. And this series is all about sharing that and telling people, especially young girls, that you have the options to do whatever you like to do, whatever makes your soul and spirit happy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And also Hannah, she's a loving person, a person that loves life. She loves nature and everything like that. So that's why we was outside focusing on the nature scene. And out in the park, I had a pose behind a pond, which I thought was a beautiful scene right there with the lily pads, with We went out there, looked in the water. We saw some frogs out there, so I had to record the frogs in the water and just focus on her outside and enjoying nature in the park, in the trees, and going back to her youth, still showing her innocence. I wanted to focus on that and show that. Look at that big frog right there. You see that big frog? Here it go right there, man. Here it go right there. That's a big frog right there. Real big. You're a little small one.
I thought maybe that we were like going to first.
Enjoying nature out here. And the one thing I can say about Hannah, even though she's a little shy, she's real outgoing and she's down to do almost anything. And she was down to do the series. As soon as I asked her, she told me no problem and she was down to do it. My other two daughters, they still debating right now. They really shy. They don't like being on camera and all that. And I respect that and I understand that. That's the way they are. Their mom, the same way. That's where they get it from. Hannah more like me, you know, she may front and everything and say that she don't like being on camera and taking pictures, but trust me, she do. She's a Pisces, just like me, and that's what we like to do, real rap. I'm just keeping it real. And, you know, she's down and she's a little bit more like me, sense of humor and all that stuff. So, I think she was perfect to do the Philly Native series for me, and I appreciate her helping me and do it. Appreciate my daughter, Denise, helping behind the scenes, taping the video tapes, taping me recording stuff and doing everything and helping out choreographing with the scenes and everything like that. Much love to her too, and also much love to my other daughter also, Anisha. I ain't missing her even though she wasn't on the set, but she was there in spirit, and thank her and her mom, you know, always us as a unit. It's the only way we're gonna survive as a people. Let's stick together as a unit, help each other out, and when we all in need. And that's what Philly Natives is also about too, behind the scenes and the choreographing everything. I can't do everything by myself, so if I can get my daughters to help, much love to them and much appreciation. You know what I'm saying? So Hannah, where did you get that beautiful voice from, that singing voice? What made you get into singing?
I guess I just always sung around the house, like when I was a little girl. My sisters would get mad, but I would always sing like a whole bunch of songs. And when I got older, I was doing like the talent shows and the plays that involved singing in it.
Okay, because your grandmother said you have a beautiful voice. Because that's what I'm going by, what she said. Beautiful. It's okay. Another thing I wanted to do, like all the series that I do on Philly Natives, is focus on the person's individual talent and focus on the individual past and cater to them. The scenes that I put in the documentary, I wanted to cater to their personality and their environment that they was brought up in. Like the Kevin Whitby series, the talented Kevin Whitby. He an artist, so I wanted to surround him by art. So we went to the 20th of the Parkway with all the classic statues that was been there for a long time. The artwork up there. With my series, I wanted to focus on spoken word and hip hop. Thing that I love the most, I wanted to focus on that. Focus on me filming and all that. Talking about the 80s and 90s, the memories from them days. Focus on where I grew up at, my old neighborhood. And with Hannah, I wanted to focus on the school she went to. Well, she was about to leave and coming from and going to a new school. We didn't show her new school yet because she ain't started going there yet. But OEC, Overbrook Educational Center, where she went to school at ever since she was young. Carroll Park, her and her sisters used to go at a lot when she was young. Place I took her at a couple times. Her mom took her at a couple times. Places that she's familiar with is what I wanted to focus on. That's why we did the opening scene at Carroll Park with her sitting on the bench. Heading home right now. Hannah's stressed out, tired from doing all this running around with her dad. We're listening to the Jamaican or African music out here across from Hannah's school. They over there enjoying themselves over there. Getting the barbecue on over there. Everybody out enjoying life right here. This beautiful day behind the scenes of Philly Native episode 3. And trust me, Hannah is a really, really fun, but also silly, and got a real big sense of humor. And she also had a serious side, just like her dad. She could be serious and the straight face, no emotion. That's the way the Pisces are. A lot of times when she joke around, I don't feel like joking around, and vice versa. And that's what I love about her the most. And I just wanted to just throw that out there and give y'all a little insight into Hannah's personality and how it was working with her on set and behind the scenes. Fun times. Carroll family, represent. So Hannah, what type of food you like eating again?
Cheesesteaks, pizza, or fried chicken, mac and cheese.
All the salty and fatty foods, right?
Yes.
Okay, but don't eat too much of them fatty foods.
Why?
You know what they say. Too much salt make your feet fat. And that's the only thing I wish I would have showed more. I wish Denise should have would have recorded more of Hannah being silly, and that's was one of the challenges that I had making this series. That it wasn't like smooth icing or smooth cake the whole time. We had to take a lot of takes, not a whole lot of takes, but we had to take a couple, cut a lot of scenes, and we had to do a couple retakes of the scene to get it the way that I thought it should be. From playing around, joking around, and not doing it the right way. But she's 14 years old. You know, we had a little script in front of us. She ain't had to memorize no sayings and nothing. We were just, me and her sat down actually that day before we went to taping and everything. We was at the laundromat and we was in our car about to go home and do these scenes in the park, and we went over like a mock interview to go on over the questions one-on-one. So that kind of helped out a whole lot on the series. But I wish I would have recorded some of the silly fun things and some of the crazy things that she was saying offset behind the scenes. It was real challenging and funny. Some funny moments behind the scenes. I wish I would have captured more of that.